afternoon, dear friends. The new report from Belgrade after 2.5 months back to Belgrade, back to base, back to basics, back to the traffic jam. As you can imagine, this year in northern Greece there were no traffic jams, as it could be seen also from my videos recorded there over the past 2.5 months. Although Cassandra finger at Halkidiki Peninsula is known for the traffic jams for years, now, it started being a bit better when they completed the highway leading to Kalitea and Cassandria. But then from Kalitea and passing through the town could be quite, especially on weekends, could be quite difficult, especially during August, to a lesser extent July. Okay, this direction towards New Belgrade is a bit better than the other one. The other one is really disastrous, and it's always like that every day. The jam starts something like 3 o'clock and does not finish until 6:30, 7, depending. And you will be seeing now the magnitude of that jam. This bridge is kind of a narrow, or it's kind of a bottleneck. Gazela bridge, although there are 3 lanes in this direction, 3 lanes in the other, it is not enough to absorb the quantity of cars leading from New Belgrade, which now is practically the office part of Belgrade, to the old town where most of these people live. So the biggest curse in Belgrade is if you live on the one side of the bridge and work on the other side. This is quite a difficult one. Then your life is likely to be quite miserable. But okay, it is what it is. So many people are now, the ones that can do it, they tend to pick their job or their home location, depending on where they work or where they live or where they work, depending what is more important to them, so as not to be forced to cross this bridge every day. We are now passing next to the Congress Center Sava, which is now up for sales, located next to the ex-Intercontinental Hotel, nowadays Crown Plaza for the last 5 to 10 years. And you see now the column of cars coming from the Zagreb highway, so from that direction practically. Having returned, actually on the very day when I was returning and driving from Halkidiki to Belgrade, driving through Serbia, I couldn't resist the feeling, because this is now, since I was away for 2.5 months, I couldn't resist the feeling that Serbia is, the countryside of Serbia is so beautiful. It's so green, especially, compared to the countryside of Greece and northern Macedonia. Although there are greenery, there as well, this color of green is not the same. In Serbia, it is such an intense green. Even now, at the mid of September, it is still very intense green. did not start being yellowish yet. I mean, okay, here we can see some trees started being yellowish, but if when you're driving to the countryside where it's a bit cooler, the average temperature is cooler, I mean everything is so green. So compared to that trees, I almost have a feeling that the trees in Greece and in Northern Macedonia, it's kind of when they realize that they're in Greece or Northern Macedonia, they just say, oh fuck, I mean, why did I grow up here and not in Serbia? Of course, this does not apply to the pine trees, and it does not apply to olive trees, of course, but all other types of trees, it seems to me that they are really struggling there with a quite low amount of rainfalls. Must be quite difficult for the trees. While I was there, I was planting some of the plants there surrounding the house where we stayed, and I was planting them every day. I mean, not planting, but watering them every day. And what a transformation! I mean, after a month already, the trees started practically extending new branches, new leaves. I mean, it was kind of reborn. I mean, it was really amazing to look at the transformation of the bushes or some flowers and whatever. I mean, being quite dry when we arrived, but then after having watered them every day, it developed so beautifully. I mean, with all these new branches, new green leaves, etc., etc. It's amazing. However, the Greece has Aegean Sea, and there is no such thing in Serbia. There is no such thing in many other countries. Actually, there is no such things in all the countries except for Greece and Turkey. And yeah, this is the thing that makes a huge difference. But I mean, apart from that, if we are not talking about the Aegean Sea and the islands and the coast, the countryside is definitely much more beautiful here in Serbia. Okay, that much for now. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.